Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it is the return of the EHRPG Podcast, brought to you by Guru and Chewy. This is actually take two because for some reason Chewy's computer said he had no room left when he obviously did.
It's not my computer, it's my external hard drive. Leave me alone. I think the connection's a bit poopy.
But wouldn't that be still a computer in the end?
It's a smaller. It's just a hard drive. It's not a computer.
I want to begin today's talk by talking about the announcements of Callie's concert.
Okay.
Callie's concert was fully revealed. It'll be happening on July 21st, 2022, which is pretty much the morning for us. So if you want to watch it, get ready to wake up really fucking early, right?
I don't want to.
But it's going to be happening at the Toyosu Pit, which is the same place that Suisse had her concert last year.
Mm.
And I was kind of curious what would change, right? Since, Callie is under Universal Music, right?
Mm.
I was a bit curious to see if anything would change. And by the looks of it, absolutely nothing has changed.
Mm.
It's got the same branding. It's got the same hype, right? It's still under the same site.
Oh.
The live streams are still Spawn based, right? So it's still use Spawn. And yeah, no, it looks pretty hype. They did a big reveal of it with Callie getting interviewed by A-chan.
Okay.
And it was rather fun. And it brought to me this question.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be next?
Who's going to be next getting alive?
Yeah, because, of course, we already talked about this a bit. But,
yeah, we did.
We had, in terms of the concerts last year, we had the Gen 1 concert.
Hmm.
I believe Bloom was last year, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bloom was last year too. So we had Bloom at the start. We had the Gen 1 concert. We then had Suisse and Watame's concerts. And then we had the Hollow Stars concert.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was all the concert.
What?
The Hollow Stars concert was the end of last year.
Oh, the something my stars, find your stars.
Yeah, it was just, I can't
Journey
remember.
To Find Stars. Yes, Journey to Find Stars. There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, and it was Christmas Eve, not Christmas Eve, Boxing Day, right?
I'm crying just watching the main music video again.
It was good, but and then to start this year, we had Sora's React, which was a theatrical concert. Actually, you could watch it in the movie theaters. We had Aqua's concert, and then of course we had Fez, which was fucking spectacular.
Mm.
So what I'm thinking is what's coming, right? Since I've mentioned before, Iris is getting her 3D model most likely this year, right?
Yes.
So there's a chance we may actually see some sort of I don't think we'll see a concert from her first. I think we'd see her do a YouTube live. Because if there's one thing Iris has made abundantly clear, her songs are incredibly hard to sing.
Got to get some of those good performance, or not good, good easy songs to sing. Or not easy, but moderate.
She's, for those who don't watch her, she has stated multiple times that her songs are ruthlessly difficult to sing. It's why she doesn't sing them too much in karaoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But another interesting thing is, again, the whole she's Hololive's V singer, even though she's got both contracts. She's both a V singer and a VTuber. That's always one thing that's annoyed me. Why does she need to be called the V singer when she's literally the same thing as every other VTuber, right? But what I will say is that I am interested to see her first YouTube live, whenever it'll be, right? A lot of people, myself included, think she's getting her 3D either around her anniversary or just after it, right? Because, I mean, that would make perfect sense. Hololive, when they're on track, you know, excluding COVID, they tend to do their 3D debuts around 6 to 7 months after.
Okay.
But I'm thinking, I don't know why, I'm thinking we'll see a solo live from Toa really soon.
Okay.
Because the one thing we gotta realize with these solo lives is that Fez feels like a festival, obviously, right? Where everybody gets together to belt out some good songs, and they're all idols, but I don't think all of them will do solo lives.
Oh.
Like, I'm sure all of them. I'm sure all of them will be in a concert. Like, it would not shock me in the slightest if we see another Generation concert. Gen 3's concert I forgot about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gen 3's concert was last year. But, like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Gen 2 concert, a Gen 4, 5, 6 concert. So, like, a Gamers concert, too. Like, I'm thinking there's a lot, like, we'll see all of them perform in a concert as we have at Fez one day, but I think only if we'll see a few specific solo lives, because I just don't think there's all of them are the type of people who would do it, right? Granted, they all do big anniversary concerts and birthday concerts, so what do I know? It's just,
they do.
I'm thinking in, like, the likelihood, there's people who I fully expect will do one day, and there's people who I think could do one, but they're not as likely, right?
Yes.
And I really would not be shocked if we see something from Toa soon.
Yes, please.
Because she released her EP earlier this year, Scream, which just, oh my god. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited for Callie's concert. It's July 21st at like 2 a.m. as per usual. Actually, I'll quickly just like get the exact time. New World Order, Spawn.
I'm gonna sound like a Minecraft character.
Yeah, it starts at 3 a.m.
Okay.
So like it's pretty much the same time as normal HoloLive concerts.
JST at its best.
That's just how it is. Who knows? Maybe when we go visit Japan in February next year, there'll be another concert and we can actually go to it, right?
You say that, but I'm going to need that one day to get over.
You need one day to get over what?
The time change.
Who knows?
But
what
anyway,
I want to quickly also offer condolences to Ninja Sanji, who had a VTuber pass away on them in Virtual Real's Coil?
I thought you... What?
I'm trying to remember how to pronounce her name, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I thought you already said her name.
No, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm going to be honest. But either way, the sad part is she has been confirmed to pass away.
Jet lag. Jesus Christ. That's what I was thinking. Jet lag. Oh, but yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, but she's confirmed to pass away. The even more tragic part is she passed away on the day of her debut. It's not a great time. I give my condolences to everyone who was related to her family, her gen mates, and everyone else affected. Just sucks.
Crazy.
Anyway, let's get to anime talk because there's been some interesting news in the anime world. Yeah. The first one today, we got the announcement that Mob Psycho 3 is happening this fall.
Dang.
Ain't that hype? Mob Psycho, of course, is the absolutely ball buster of a show. One of the better shows out there, in my opinion.
Aye.
And it's made the fall season kind of stacked already.
Go away, car.
Since the fall season already has the sequel, a Gundam sequel. So, Mobile Suit Gundam, Suisei no Manjo, and a lot of people are hyped for that.
Suisei no Manjo?
It's the sequel of the Witch of Mercury Gundam. Of course, there's Move Love and whatnot. There's the Slime movie as well. Like the 5th season of Yowamushi Pedal. The 2nd season of that meme show Pop Team Epic.
Pop Team Epic.
I'm hyped for Kantai Collection. Fuck all y'all.
Okay.
The 3rd season of Iruma-kun.
Oh. Nice.
To Your Eternity season 2 also airs in the fall.
You know what else is?
Psycho 3, of course, has been confirmed.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get
Bleach,
of course,
1,000-Year Blood War?
Bleach, the final arc.
1,000-Year Blood War. Which
should be good. I mean, look, I reviewed Bleach recently and I felt the show fell apart.
It's in the shadow.
I'm hoping that the final arc at least brings back the entertainment factor. And of course, we have season 6 of My Hero, which starts the big war between the villains and the heroes. Where I'm just going to straight up say it: a lot of people are going to fucking die.
Bags Family Part 2. Yo, here's something I didn't know that was popping up in summer 2022. Before we go on to the next part, Futo Tante. Marcel, this is an anime version of Kamen Rider Double.
Ah, well, have fun with that.
Kamen Rider Double.
Like, we're not talking about the summer season too much here.
I know we're not, but I just noticed that.
Oh yeah, Orient's second core, because why the fuck not?
Oh, gross. Bang!
But on other stuff that was announced, we have a more Hololive related news. Hololive's getting into a gacha game. They have a couple of their talents in Pecora, Ina, Kiara, and Laplace being thrown in as characters for the Valkyrie Connect gacha game. And I have to say, Ina looks adorable.
There's a Bakuten movie coming out. What the fuck?
You know, with all those, with that talk about what's coming out, I want to ask you something, Chewy. Is there any logical reason that we haven't seen a sequel to No Game, No Life anime?
I don't know.
Because I saw a meme talking about how Naruto's on its 7th different generation, with Dorito fighting the 6th generation of Akatsuki. One Piece is still trying to find the One Piece and whatnot. You know, all those type of memes, right? And then it ended with a No Game, No Life still doesn't have a sequel. And I'm sitting there just thinking to myself, especially with with the sequel-itis that has hit anime as of late, right? With so many shows getting sequels. Like, it was just announced that the continuation of 7 Deadly Sins is getting going.
The right? 4 Nights of Apocalypse or whatever?
The 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of Apocalypse, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's with some kid named Percival.
Percival, and then there's Gawain and the Lancelot or something? I don't know.
Yeah, Nasius, Donnie, Anson. There's a whole bunch of things. And honestly, I could not give a shit about it. Seven Deadly Sins has fallen apart so badly it isn't even funny. Right? But like that's getting a sequel. We of course the Smart Form family is getting a sequel. For some reason, the Fruit of Evolution's getting a sequel. So like, and even Masamune, and here's the thing, you could say, oh, it's just too old. Masamune Kun's Revenge aired in 2017 and it's getting a sequel. So like, I think there's a genuine question, like, what has kept my No Game No Life from seeing a sequel, right? Like, by all intents and purposes, it was popular in Japan. It's clearly popular in the West as well. So like, I'm genuinely curious what has kept it from. Oh my god, what has kept it from moving forward, right? Like it just there's so much of it that does not make sense, and I would love to hear like a backstory, like maybe the author doesn't want it to continue, right? Even though they greenlit the movie, right?
Okay.
But like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I was sitting there thinking about. It's genuinely really curious, right? And I was just wondering, like, I can't think of anything.
I'm not.
It's definitely one of the weirder situations. Anyway, shall we talk about the last 2 weeks in anime?
Sure.
I'm going to start out from the top and go with what I've watched, and then you'll chime in with stuff that you've watched as well.
I will try my best.
Let's start with Kyokai Senkai.
Kyokai Senkai. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the warrior, it's painful. Like I mentioned how last time we talked about it, our main character was having issues because in a war, he was forced to kill someone.
Yeah, bye.
And it was revealed that he has this issue where he's now cold-blooded and just this ruthless killer because in the place he was being held at after the end of the first season, it was raided and he was forced to defend himself and shot somebody. But because the kids around him were all of a sudden scared of him, he became broken. And I'm sitting there just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Did a new episode of Pirate Picome just come out today?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. Come on, there you go.
Then I'm just sitting there like, are you fucking kidding me? So guess how he gets through it, right?
He distanced himself.
No. What happens is he ends up getting in a fight, right? Between like there was a big fight, right? So he's working to save him. And you know what happened? Because he ended up winning the fight and there just so happened to be a birth, all of a sudden all is good.
Okay.
Like they won the fight without any casualties, and all of a sudden, because some pregnant chick gave birth to somebody he just randomly fucking met, all of a sudden all is good now. And I'm just like, it's just lazy writing. Like, what I don't get, what's frustrating to me is this show, it talks about, like, you know how it starts, right? It starts with, like, the military is like, automated now, right? Everything's automated.
There's
But now
several countries ruling over Japan and stuff like that. And Japanese people don't have anything.
And then it begins with the girl that he became connected with dying, right?
Yeah, the rebel lady.
Why the fuck aren't you used to people dying? You are in a war!
I don't know.
Like, I remember what Gigagug said when he talked about the show. This is a children's Gundam.
Pretty much.
Like, I'll go back to the Gundam I've watched, the Iron-Blooded Orphans. Iron-Blooded Orphans is amazing. Right?
Yeah.
I generally think it's one of the better shows out there. But
decent.
This show's just like, we want to tell a war on the scale of Iron-Blooded Orphans, but we don't want to actually tell the story about it, right?
Ow. Or make it seem like our characters are even affected. Ow.
And then when the characters are affected, it is for just laughable reasons. Anyway, I'm moving on to the next show. I'm going to talk about Ascendance of the Bookworm now.
Yay!
I really like this show. I think it's superb. One thing I like about Ascendance of the Bookworm is Ferdinand, the head priest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I like him because you see that he clearly gives a shit about mine, right? Like, he cares about her. He wants her to be safe. But he's also like, I also have a duty to my country, and he understands that mine is literally bringing the country down.
Potentially.
Because this episode,
yes,
it had a lot of this suave motherfucker, Sylvester, and mine and the priest looking around the shops and the schools, right? That mine is running. And mine reveals that, like, how she's created books that can be made easily. And this brings Ferdinand to tell her to stop. Because it's becoming to the point where mine's introducing so much stuff, she could cause a revolution. Because think about it. Think about it like this. Mine comes from a world that has everything, right? Books. You can do things easily, right?
Yes.
The world she's in is not like that. It's dependent on the nobles. It's dependent on the nobles to be able to do things. To create a book, you need a team of like 16 different people, all with different skills. Well, in mine's case, 2 people could get it done within an hour. So it's adding stuff. And the one thing I liked, and I'm going to quickly pull myself to that part of the episode to like get it, is essentially Ferdinand asked what happened in her world when people got books. People got ways to spread knowledge, right? And in some cases, it was okay, right? So he asked her, how did your world change once books went into the hands of the regular people? And I mean, sometimes it was fine, right? We've seen in the world when that happens, the nation gets better. But what normally happens when what normally happened back then when people got the ability to read and write?
They became knowledgeable.
And they overthrew the government.
They overthrew the noble system, the caste system, because commoners were now able to read and write, which was basically what nobles were only able to do, like high-ranking people. And as a result, it kind of threw the entire power system on its head. So people all wanted a different type of system altogether, and the nobles didn't want that. I'm sure, not all of them at least. And then so,
and we saw with the wars of religion, like what was his name, Mark Antony, the guy who was the guy who switched, who created Protestantism and Catholicism.
What? The guy what? He didn't create both, did he?
Well, no, there was the guy. Who was the guy that started the switch?
He started Protestantism?
Yeah.
By creating the book or like made the Bible easy to read or whatever it is or something like that.
It caused a big split between Christianity. So there's two
I
types
think his name was Martin Luther.
That's it. Yes, you're right. Yeah, so there's the splits between the Catholic Church and the Protestant Church, right?
The Protestant, or the Reformation, I believe.
Yeah, and that was in large part due to writing.
Yeah, because he created the Bible itself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he taught people how to read. So then they didn't need to go to the church to do all these things and pay them ridiculous amounts of money and things like that. The nobles didn't have to either.
Exactly.
It flipped everything that's on its head again.
Mm-hmm, because before then, it was only the nobles. It was only the power that could read. It was only the power could write, right?
Well, also the thing about the church, I'm pretty sure it was only the people that were of robe, of whatever cloth, the brothers of cloth or whatever, could read the scriptures to the nobles themselves and to the people, and then do all the whole sins and scriptures and stuff like that. But because Martin Luther translated all this stuff onto actual script and taught people how to read it and things like that, nobles didn't have to make these absurd offerings, and commoners either. They could all, just read it themselves. And they kind of cut out a good amount of the money from the Catholics, so the Catholics got angry.
But this goes back to what you said as well, how once commoners were able to read and write, the power system changed.
The power system changed.
That's what, in this episode, Ferdinand points out, because he sees it coming, because the nobles are having more and more interest in mine, right? So he essentially tells her, for 2 years, you cannot do what you want to do, right?
Well, it's not, I guess not interest, more just they notice her, and they're getting more aware of her.
They want her power, in a sense.
The mana part. Yeah.
Well, it's not just the mana part, it's her knowledge. Because imagine if a noble had that power, they could create reading and writing even better and then control the market.
I feel like I would be threatened a lot more, but then again, I guess maybe most of the nobles are more greedy than anything else. But yeah, sure.
What I was about to say after is essentially he tells her, you cannot create books to the extent you've been for about 2 years. Right? Because if you go too far, the nobles will destroy you.
Destroy you or capture you.
We've already seen a couple nobles try to capture her, but if she steps too far forward, the nobles will they'll target her family. Now,
excuse me. Ooh.
Of course, she can make a little book for herself every now and then, right? So, but here's the thing: she could either wait 2 years. Or she doesn't have to wait 2 years. She could just get adopted by the noble that is adopting her in 2 years today.
Okay.
Of course, she says no because she loves her family too much and doesn't want to leave them yet. But this just goes, it really shows how much I like Ferdinand. Because he's able to be roll that type of character where it's just I understand you. I'm doing everything I can to make you not insane. But if you don't smarten up, I will have to stop you. He literally said to her, if I find you a threat, I will kill you.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a bookworm. Really good. Now let's talk about something me and you have both watched. Let's skip down a bit on my list. Talk about your boy Combing.
Your boy Comey.
Last that aired for me were episode 5 and 6. Of course, episode 7 aired today, right? And what I will say is that, one, here's something I just found. Apparently, your boy Combing is going to be bringing a music event this September. Which is cool. But what I will say is that I think the episode this, like the past 2 episodes, since I haven't watched episode 7 yet. So episode 5 and 6 were weaker than usual.
Are you talking about the one where they got
it's the 2 rap episodes?
Where they got the rapper?
Yeah. Like, I thought episode 5 was decent. It felt a little too cliche.
Okay.
But episode 6 was great, simply because the animation of the rap battle. That, like, I sent you pictures of it. The scenes they did were genuinely hilarious.
Yeah.
You got anything?
I actually like the rap. It was not bad.
I'm not saying the rap wasn't bad. It's just I wasn't as connected to the story of that mini arc compared to the others.
Okay.
Why are you talking like that? I ain't insulting you.
Okay. I understand.
Okay, can you give your opinion on it?
I am waiting for the next episode. I need the next singer. I need the next part of the crew to join in. I need them to catch them all.
Alrighty, I'll move on to Tomodachi Game.
Wasn't there like another singer that they can? Whatever.
I want to know, but Tomodachi Game had 3 episodes air since the last time I talked about it. This is a tiring show to watch. I mentioned before how Tomodachi Game just kind of beats you over the head, right? Okay. It's just like, he's a monster, that person's a monster, they're all monsters, you have to pay attention at every second of this show. That type of stuff, right?
I'd be right in your face.
And that's kind of what this last arc was, because this last arc, the last episode was the main character revealing how he's essentially knew what was going on from the very start and was constantly making plans to outsmart the supposed traitor, right?
Oh.
And the way they tell you is like, if you were paying attention in clearly, you would have noticed it, right? All those tells and whatnot, and I'm just sitting there like, man, I'm just trying to watch a show. Right? Like, I'm just trying to watch a show. And it was not... When I got to the reveal of, like, what Tenji did, I was just tired, if you know what I mean, right? Like, I was just genuinely tired.
It's always in your face. There's no tension. There's no suspense. There's no actually letting the...
It's not that there's no suspense. It's just...
doesn't let the viewers think of themselves and stuff.
It's like that there's no suspense, right? It's more that it's just tiring after a while.
Is it because they smack it in your face?
Yeah, because the past 3 episodes was essentially Tenji trying to, like, set it up so everybody hates Shiho, right?
And
every episode until then, it was just like, I'm this evil guy. Yes, Shibe's played right into my hand, and Yutori's played in my hand, and now Yuchi hates Shio as well, and now she's mine because I'm a vindictive psychopath who really just wanted her to myself because I like control. And then all of a sudden it's revealed that and then all of a sudden it's revealed that in the end Yuichi has been actually outplaying him this whole time and all that. Then at the end, all of a sudden Tenji's gay? Like, Tenji's just like, I actually lied. I need to go down with the game with you. But how did you lie? I lied. And he literally walks up and just fucking smooches Yuchi. And all of a sudden, it's proof that he was in the end trying to get Yuichi instead of Shiho. And I'm just so fucking tired, right? And like, I can't deny it, like, it's interesting, it's entertaining, but it's just, at some point, do you just sit there and say, okay, let's just slow down for a minute?
No.
Like, I don't want to be intensely watching a show just to make sure I don't miss one single thing.
Gas pedal all the way. Slam it down.
But speaking of a show that has kind of fallen apart, is I'm quitting hearing.
No.
It's not terrible, but it kind of shot itself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember how I mentioned the main character, he was exiled by humanity because people were kind of scared of his power. Right? So he'd grown so powerful that after the demons were defeated, he was just kind of, exiled because of it. People were scared of him, right?
Oh.
And I went on the record saying I like that storytelling, right? It would make sense for him to go to the demon side after that. Now, everything there has been a convoluted fucking mess. But then the show decides, oh no, our main character has been alive for thousands of years, has been fighting demons for thousands of years, and is happy to not have to be a hero anymore. And I'm just like, well, what about the first part? Like, the first part was generally great, and now we get this. I hate needless stuff, if you know what I mean, right? And this just feels needless.
Okay.
And honestly, it took me out of the show. Rising to the Shield Heroes finally through its shitty arc. They'll actually get good. Even the author considers this a bad arc too. So it's just like, I think it's clear as day the people behind this
know what they're doing.
Don't know what they're doing. No, because the pace was still a bit fucked.
Know what the viewers want?
I wouldn't say know what the viewers want. I'm saying more they just want to get through this fucking arc as quickly as possible.
Know what Jesus was wanting us to do?
But moving on, Komi-san is Komi-san. Do you have anything to add to that?
It's Komi-san. It's cute. It's funny.
All right, I've talked about a lot of shows. Talk about a show you've watched that I haven't.
Yeah. Let's see.
I know there's a few.
Daemon?
I haven't watched Daemon. I do plan on watching it.
It's still good. Still cozy. It introduced like a couple characters. Wait. So there's first, second, third episode brought in focused on a part-timer high schooler senior who wanted to do music. And then the fourth one brought in I forgot his name. The main dude that went back to the shop to work there. His ex-girlfriend moved from Tokyo to Kyoto to just hang around, and then they bumped into each other, and they bumped into she bumped into the main girl, and then bumped into her ex, and that introduced that character. And it turns out she's going to be working there somewhere in Kyoto. Another one was they went back to focus on. Oh, frick, I forget her name. Jesus. I'm trying to remember the name.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question then. Does this show do enough to stand out on its own in that? Since I'm actually going to bring up Shikimori-san right now, right? I think Shikimori-san is a fine show. The problem is, it doesn't have enough to actually push itself to being, really good.
Okay.
It's just a plain fun show with an interesting main character. So does Doraemon?
No, I think it's Daemon. Daemon. Oh god, I can't say it.
Something that makes it more than just a good slice of life.
More than just being a good slice of life?
Like, is there something special to it? Like, we go back to I guess
it's just the development of the main character's name's Nagumo, you don't know, and then the main girl, which is the little girl, is Itsuka Ihira. I think really the main thing is the progression of connection between Nagumo and Itsuka as a father-daughter sort of thing.
So is it similar to, say, that show? Oh, it starts with a B. That show where the character moves back and takes over the shop with that little shit. Oh, it's a show that aired in spring. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I'd say it's pretty close then at that point.
Well, there's another show.
Because I think they've been leading up to Itsuka's dad showing up again, and the dad's the one that abandoned her and stuff like that. So,
okay, I'll give you an example. Sweetness and Lightning. It was a simple slice of life, but it had this it factor of the relationship between Kiyoe and Katori feeling genuine, right? And of course, Samugi being adorable.
Okay. I think that's a little...
Like, I'm just wondering if this show has something to push it over to being more than just, a sweet slice of life.
I think it's honestly going to happen real soon. I think it's the dynamic when Itsuka finally sees her dad again, which they've been leading up to so much now. Literally, they keep on showing that her dad's somewhere doing something close by in the last episode or so. So it's gonna happen. They're gonna bump into each other, and it depends on how they, I guess, work with that. What happens?
I found the show I was thinking of, by the way.
Okay.
Barakamon.
I think it's gonna be a little bit more than that. Or wait, what? You think Barakamon had something going on more than?
Barakamon is a slice of life that found a way to be more than just a typical slice of life.
Yeah, because it was just the Honda's going through his personal stuff, right?
Yeah, well, I haven't watched it yet, but this is the show I come back to and say to myself, this is what a great slice of life is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got other shows. I recently watched Jose the Tiger and the Fish, right? That was, while its ending wasn't great, as it just felt a little flat, everything up to was good. Of course, there's Three Gatsu no Lion and its 2 seasons, which are just some of the best slice of lives out there. And slice of life is such a hard genre to get special because you can fall so much into the typical that you need something, right? Of course, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas has that just dramatic as fuck twist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
and Usagi Jump is basically just grooving.
It's weird how Usagi Drop the anime is actually good because it stops before it gets crap. But I'll give you an example, right? This is the only slice of life that I've seen that does nothing special, that does nothing in a way to make it so stand out, and yet it's brilliant. Talk about Nun Biori.
Oh. Okay.
Nun Biori does nothing special. It's literally just the story of 4 girls living in the farmlands. And yet it's so good. So do you think Doraemon can be a Nun Biori story? Daemon. Or is it going to more lean towards the lines of trying to do something special to push it over?
I think it might be relying a little bit special to push it over because it feels like they're building up to really move around Itsuka's like main story about her dad abandoning her and everything, and how she continues to like hold on to the imagination that he'll come back, or not the imagination, the thought that he'll come back and take her back or whatever, or something. But I don't know. I also feel like these episodes, even though they seem kind of like they're just only, it may seem like they're just only introducing side characters and stuff like that. I feel like Itsuka is still growing through it all, though. Like it's basically her journey. She is the main character, so it makes sense that it's her journey. I think, and I feel like Nagumo is more of a supporting than a main character in this case, but I feel like the combination of it being a like the main setting being a sweet shop, and then they keep like making references to sweets and everything, and they show them all and all that, and like Itsuka's growth and her interactions with the like her involvement in like every single day, or these episodes the episode main stories happen and stuff like that. I kind of feel like it's a little of both, but maybe leaning more towards they're leading up to something because they keep on freaking foreshadowing is her dad. So I don't know. We'll have to see once the episode comes out when they actually meet up and stuff. Do they do something with that? And if they do, like, how do they proceed? Because it was already kind of sad as it is, like her explaining like why she's this way and all that. Like, or not explaining, but like
that's
showing.
That's my main thing with Slice of Life now. It's that, like, I'll talk about Shikimori's son right now. It's that I think Shikimori's fine on its own, but it's just he doesn't have that special factor to it, right? But I want to talk about Skeleton Knight. I feel like I've said this every time. Skeleton Knight is really good. I really like the satisfactory finish towards the arc that they're in, where they save the elf girls. I liked that they introduced new antagonists and new characters, and it's just a fun show. I also like that I didn't think this would happen. The main character revealed to the elf girl that he's the skeleton.
Yeah.
And of course, he was able to turn that into a story rather than, oh, I picked this as a game.
Nobody wanted their bed.
Yeah. Up next for me is Dawn of the Witch. This is mid at best.
Didn't watch it.
I like that Zero is hot. So at least we get good eye candy.
Okay.
Hey, look, Pokemon. I remember reading in one of the Pokemon X and Y movies, they made one of the villains incredibly attractive just to give parents something good to look at. Hey, that's how they do it.
I need to look this up now. Which one is it?
I believe it was one of the Pokemon X and Y movies.
Which one though? There's like so many.
Let me just look. I'm gonna pull up all the movies. I think it was the one with Volcarona. Let me just check.
Volcarona or Volcanion?
Volcanion, yeah. So just let me check. Because I remember watching it and I looked it up and the person and the director said he made the is it Volcania? Or was it the one before? Let me check. Oh, I don't know. I remember reading this. I think it might have been Marlin. No, I remember reading this. He mentioned how he made the villain attractive so that the adults are there could have some nice eye candy.
Need a villain.
It's just how it is sometimes.
Eye candy.
Oh, it's so hard to remember, man.
Debuts.
I essentially watched all the Pokemon movies from Gen 1 to Gen 6 when I was reviewing fucking when I was reviewing all the X and Y, when I watched all that. So it's hard to remember, but I do remember seeing that. But anyway, summertime rendering.
Alva? Is that who it is? Alva.
Remember, man.
Give me 1 second.
Are you... Alva's a dude.
Alva's a dude. Yeah, so is that the bad dude?
No, it was a chick. There were two villains.
Two villains. Billy Bob Thompson.
Oh my god, I did not think you would fucking just go on a fucking rampage like this.
I'm going right in here. Karina? No, that's the gym leader.
I did not expect you just to go so hard for this.
I am so committed to this. I am committed to this. Okay, that's a bad dude. That's a bad dude. That's an old dude. That's Elaine.
Oh my goodness. Just I'll down to Pokemon. I never expected you to just go so hardcore into this.
I am genuinely curious. Do they really really just make somebody?
Well, it's what I specifically remember that when I was reviewing one of the movies. Also, what I will say is Pokemon in the Temple of the Sea is a really good movie.
Temple of the Sea. Elizabeth? Nope, that's a good character.
I'm kind of speechless of how into this you were trying to do.
I'm quite under this. I'm going to look at the villains wiki and I'm going to look at Pokemon. All right.
Chewy, can we move on?
No, I need to find this.
Oh my god.
You can keep talking. I'll just be looking at this in the background.
Can I just?
You can keep talking. I'll just keep looking in the background.
But
What?
Can we move on?
You can keep talking, as I said before. Go ahead.
But we need to be part of the conversation.
I will listen.
Okay, let's talk about summertime rendering.
I haven't watched it.
The biggest reveal was that the shadows know of our main character's time travel.
Oh, that's not good.
And it turns out that one of the, like, Ushio's alive, and it's really good. It's really good. And I love it quite a bit. I think it's one of the better shows of the spring. I don't think it's close to Legend of Galactic Heroes or Spy X Family, but it can get there. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the fact that the shadows know the main character can time travel.
Yeah.
Like, they had a chance to kill him, but one of the shadows was just like, no, that would actually have a chance to make things worse for us.
Yeah.
Can I just point out that Kiara and Mume are talking about girl talk, and it is scaring me.
Oh, okay.
Legend Galactic Heroes, one of the best shows of all time. Go watch it. Like, okay. I'm genuinely serious about this. I think Legend of Galactic Heroes is fucking brilliant.
I gotta sneeze.
Bless you.
I definitely should have.
Like, I think Legend of Galactic Heroes is that good. It is so worth your time. I have no idea why people were so against of it. What I liked a lot about the last episode is how well it established that the Free Planet Alliance is just a bunch run by a bunch of idiots. And it really made Yang's actions well known. And then Virgin Road came in with an interesting episode.
Ooh. What they do? What they do? What did I do?
Oh, sec. I was replying to Arshaden. But no, so the main character, of course, brought her to the church and was trying, get her killed, right?
Okay.
This, of course, goes wrong when the old lady reveals that she's been siphoning the youth of the other worlders to try to give her permanent youth and is a total psychotic bitch. And honestly, I was disappointed in that because I felt it was too typical of a way to, do the obvious, turn Minoru against the church.
Oh.
Then it's revealed that Akari knows she has time travel powers and has been purposely removing her memories every time it happens.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm interested. And Akari is perfectly willing to die in Minoru's hands. I'm even more interested. And the church is gone. I'm even more interested.
Don't shaving it down.
But I've talked about a few shows. Now it's time for you to talk about a few shows.
Love After World Domination.
You're still watching that piece of shit?
It's interesting. They went on their first date. I think I talked about that last time. And how it was like accidentally, I think, turned into physical activity or whatever.
Yeah, physical, all right.
Wow, okay. Well, the next episode, I believe the next one's about oh no, was it the same one? I think the same episode, I believe Red infiltrated the base, and when he infiltrated to the Gelato 5, the Super Sentai team, they needed someone to infiltrate the base to get rid of a certain special weapon that oh god, what are they called now? The Gecko Secret Society was developing and so they're like, they need somebody to infiltrate, but there's only yellow and red, and Red's like, I will volunteer because I haven't seen my girlfriend in a long time, so I'm gonna go see her. So he just infiltrates the base and goes specifically to find Desumi. Fudo goes to find Desumi specifically, and he's like, brings her to she finds him or whatever, discovers him, and then she brings her to her room and just like hides him there. It of course, yeah, lovey-dovey romantic whatever stuff. Embarrassing. She sits on his face, etc., etc. And then the bear comes in with his new cannons or something like that. I forget his name. The evil commander with the twin cannon bear, the bear with the twin cannons on his back, like a Blastoise, comes in with his new ones, and he's like, I think he was trying to talk to Desumine about something, and then he gets punched because Desumine was still talking to Fudo or whatever, and he's like, she knocks him out, and the cannon blows up inside the secret HQ. And then back at the Super Sentai Gelato HQ, they're just like, oh, the energy is whatever is like disappeared, and then they're like, way to go, Red. And then I believe the episode after that, Pink, actually, I forget her name too now. Pink finds out that Red, Fudo, and Desumine, the Reaper Princess, are dating, and then she's like, oh no, wait, no. I think, sorry, I might have gotten my episodes messed up. I think Yellow and Pink actually tailed Fudo on another date of his with Desumi, and they went to the park and stuff. And they got like caught by not caught, but they met up with the bear commander and then the Reaper Princess, and it was actually a plan by Fudo and Desumi to bring the good guys and the bad guys in the same area so they could have a date while the chaos is all going through. So they had their date while everyone was fighting. They went on a roller coaster and they went like the wheel or whatever. I don't know what it's called. What is it called, Marcel? Ferris wheel? Yeah. And then at the very end of that episode, Pink notices there's a picture of Fudo actually going on a ride with Desumi, and she doesn't have, they both don't have like masks or anything on or whatever, their suits. So she's like, what's going on here? And the next episode right after, she goes and finds out that like they're dating. It was like and notices them, follows them and stuff like that, and then notices and turns out Desumi, actually the Reaper Princess Desumi, was the one that inspired Pink to be a superhero, because she was being bullied by people, I believe, and then Desumi just like goes out and like drops kick them, like just does a split kick or something on them, and I guess left a very big impact. She said some parting words that like left an impact on Pink to inspire her to be a superhero, where then she actually fell in love with Fudo, the Red Ranger, and then now she's like she's like, yeah, it's the person that inspired her to be a superhero is in love with the person that she loves as well. She can't be the one that's like, denies their happiness or anything like that. They want to be together. And yeah, she makes a resolution to the very end to Desumi in like late at night or whatever, and then they both cry about it and they bond. It's interesting. It was interesting. I like that episode, honestly. What a character.
I'm starting to think that show may be on my list of something to watch after.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think it's incredibly like the best thing ever, but it's not bad. I'd say it's at least B tier, BC tier.
A couple of Cuckoos is something I may watch later too.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at that too.
But also something I want to mention is like the Otome one.
Are you watching it?
It is so visually ugly. It isn't even funny.
But are you watching it?
I will not, because of that. Like, I'm looking at the show, I'm like, okay, this premise is interesting, right? The story looks fun. But it is so visually uninspiring.
Well, yeah, Bartford's beating people up. beat people up. Anything else I'm on? I don't know. Let's see here.
I mean, I'm watching Arhen-san. It's cute. It's adorable, but it's kind of like Shikimori. It doesn't have that it factor. Kaguya-sama is the greatest fucking show ever made sometimes, man. If you want to talk about a rap episode, episode 5's rap episode was hilarious.
Are you still watching Aoashi?
Yes, I am. I'll get to that.
Okay. I don't think I'm watching anything else,
Aoashi,
really.
Okay. I'll talk about Aoashi now.
That you aren't looking through, sorry.
Aoashi, it's gotten better. The thing I liked about Aoashi is how they changed the focus of the show from the main character being an asshole to the main character using his talent and his key ability, which is vision, to get through, right? Because introducing it, here's the funniest thing. Introducing another asshole really makes you want to root for the asshole you didn't want to root for.
Aye.
Right?
Aye.
But no, and I actually really like the mom story at the end, how she's just she just feels like her son's leaving the nest, right? Like, you saw that at the end of how, like, she's just scared of losing her son. And it made that really, really touching. So I'm hoping, Saturday rolls around, we get another good episode. But I want to talk about, again, the Kaguya rap episode, because, like, that was just grade A hilarity, right? And did you like the custom ending theme they did?
The custom ending theme?
They had a total... You know how Kaguya sometimes does different ending themes, right?
Yeah.
They did another different one with a whole different style of animation.
For Aoashi or for Kaguya-sama?
For Kaguya-sama.
Oh, okay.
Like, they did a different one with a whole different animation, whole different song. It was essentially Ishii and the president against Fujiwara and Mino, whatever her name is again, I forget, in a rap battle, and it is just fucking hilarious.
I like how they added the rapper into the end for Pari Bikome's ending.
Yeah.
It's like, reminds me of the Super Sentais, where they added the 6, usually the 6 or extra rangers or warriors into the first theme and this, or the opening theme and the ending theme, because they don't like, spoiling things. They're usually the same with the rest of anime too, but
We don't have much left here. I think the only shows I have left are Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove it. Good. Data Life 4, great. Can I talk about Spy X Family even more?
Oh, okay.
It's Chewy. If Spy X Family continues like it is, this is the best show of all fucking time. I'm not kidding. It is so good. Animation-wise, it's crisp, it's clean, brilliant. There was a part in episode 4, right? The interview. The headmaster, the old guy with the weird mustache. He was animated so ridiculously the entire time that every word he said had me off my seat laughing. Him belting out elegance every 20 seconds. The best part was him running down the door screaming elegance 50 different times. Absolutely killed me. Like, it's one of those things where the anime completely captured the over-the-topness of the character that it just made me laugh Like from at the 9:20-minute mark of the episode, where he just starts screaming elegance, the animation just perfectly captures it. It's wild. It's insane. It's just full of life, and that's what I so love about this show. Plus, what I love the most is how the show is increasing the anime original parts that just make the stuff even better. Like in the latest episode where they wait to find out if Anya passed, they have this big thing where in the end Lloyd ends up unintentionally creating a super spy story to give Anya a good little present.
Oh.
And then Yor shows up at the end drunk as hell to like defend her because she's drunk and doesn't realize what they're doing. And again, it's just ridiculous animation that is just so brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And this also brought up a question of like people are asking who would win in a fight, Yor or Lloyd, and Yor would eat his lunch.
Hmm.
Let's watch Spy X Family. You got anything else to talk about, or shall we call it here?
I mean, I like Spy X Family. I'm waiting.
You got anything else to talk about, or should we call it here?
Yeah, that's all I said. Watching Spy X.
Alrighty, this is the latest episode of the ARPG Podcast, episode I don't know.
Whoa! I
People
don't know
will
either.
continue to talk about more good stuff.
49, 48, 50? 52. 50, 53. 55. I don't know anymore. Help! And help! I'm dead. I'm gone. Help!
See you guys next time.
Help!